All right, just stay with me. This is my theory about this right here. Now, I don't know how I really feel about it personally. I don't love it, but I don't really hate it either. I really liked the direction of Cody stepping in, saying he didn't want to help Roman Reigns really and fight beside Roman Reigns because it wasn't his problem anymore and he was done with the bloodline. I really liked that direction a lot more than this as of right now, but this isn't out of the ordinary. It's not like this doesn't make sense because, for one, sometimes, your biggest enemies turn out to be your best allies sometimes, when you kind of need them or when you kind of have a bigger objective. Taking down the new bloodline is the bigger objective. I know these two have had personal animosity and personal beef, but this isn't the first time somebody in WWE has done this, you know what I mean? Like, Roman Reigns went back to Seth Rollins when he destroyed the Shield, for a Shield reunion like once or twice. Like, they do stuff like this all the time, so it's not out of the ordinary, but this is storytelling, right? And there is a story here, and this is what I think could possibly be happening. If you notice, when Cody put out his hand for Roman to put the contract in, that was like a power move, like, you're gonna kind of need me for this. You could try to fight him by yourself, but last time you did that, they beat you up and put you through a table. So you might need my help. And to be honest, I'm kind of sick of this too. So here, I'll be your partner. This is kind of like a what if. Like, can these two coexist? Because realistically, they're alpha males, like they're two dominant alpha males who really want the same spot. Cody came out and said that Roman Reigns, you think this is still yours? Like, you claim this is still yours, but I'm the champion. I beat you at WrestleMania. I took it from you. I'm the top guy right now. It's not you anymore. It's me. So they both obviously still want the same spot. But my theory is Bad Blood, I think, is going to be the debut of Hikuleo. If you're not familiar with Hikuleo, he is the brother of Tama Tonga and Tongaloa. He's a 6'8" dude. They could easily build into another enforcer for the bloodline and a monster to make them stronger. I think Hikuleo debuts at Bad Blood to help Jacob and Solo win that match. Now, as far as who takes the pin, you got me there because I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be Cody. I don't know if it's Roman. They barely even lose. So I know it's kind of crazy to say that, or maybe they won't lose. Maybe the new bloodline doesn't win and then Hikuleo comes out afterwards and beats them both down. But I really feel like they kind of need that win if they're going to be established a little bit further as a legit bloodline, because I think this is going to lead into War Games. So I'm going to say Hikuleo debuts. Solo is going to, quote unquote, outsmart Roman and Cody and say, you thought this was the only bloodline member I could get? I got another one coming in. Now it's 5 of us total, right? So I think Hikuleo comes, helps Solo and Jacob win, which will then set up War Games. I think it's going to be the new bloodline. It's going to be Solo, God of Hikuleo, Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, and Jacob Fatu versus Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, the OG bloodline with the Usos, and Sami Zayn. That's what I see happening right now. As far as what we're seeing, I think they're setting it up for Survivor Series. But also, I think people also kind of got to look at it. I know some people want Cody to be separated from the bloodline stuff, and he's done stuff outside of the bloodline with Logan Paul and Kevin Owens and AJ Styles, but his big main story is still the bloodline, not because of the Roman Reigns factor, but because of The Rock. Allow me to elaborate. Now, I get some people still may not rock with this, but I think there's a bigger picture here that we aren't really looking at fully. I definitely, honestly, now thinking about it, The Rock is playing a major factor into both these matches when they happen for both these feuds. He does not like Cody Rhodes. He already said when he comes back, his story with Cody Rhodes has just begun. And let's be honest, the reason that feud at WrestleMania this year led up to be as personal as it got was because of The Rock. The Rock is the one that made Cody Rhodes bleed. The Rock is the one that pinned Cody at WrestleMania to make it a Bloodline Rules match to try to get the advantage to help his family and to help Roman Reigns. I don't think The Rock is going to like that Roman Reigns is now teaming up with Cody. This is the guy that they had so much animosity towards leading into WrestleMania, and the guy that took the title away from his family, and now Roman Reigns is teaming up with him to fight his own family. I don't think The Rock is going to like that, and I think that's going to play a major factor for when he comes back to his feud with Cody Rhodes. But then you're going to need something there, because I don't think Rock and Roman is going to be for the title. So I think now that's going to play a big factor into leading into their feud, because Rock is going to be like, bro, I acknowledge you as my tribal chief, but you're not the tribal chief right now, bro, in my eyes. Like, you're teaming up with Cody Rhodes. We don't team up with enemies. That's how The Rock, I think, is looking at it. Enemies are our enemies, and family is over everything. That was how the main story was going into WrestleMania. The Rock was all about honoring the family legacy. And this, in The Rock's eyes, I don't think is Exactly that. I think The Rock is looking at this like this ain't honoring the family's legacy. You're doing the complete opposite by teaming up with that guy. And they also could use that you didn't have to team with Cody. You could have picked somebody else as your tag team partner. Jimmy's still out there somewhere. You could have went to Raw, even tried to recruit Jay. Jay was your first right-hand man. Jay was the guy that you first recruited within the Bloodline. And if you couldn't get into them, you could have got Sami Zayn, the honorary Uce. Now, it would have took maybe a lot of apologizing and, it would have took a lot for Sami to come over there. But Sami was the honorary Uce, and The Rock has no beef with Sami Zayn, so okay, Sami Zayn is your tag team partner to handle business, I get that. But you picked Cody. You handed him the contract and said, alright, I'll swallow my pride and let you sign the contract, and we'll team up at Bad Blood. That's how I think The Rock is going to look at it when he comes back. Shoot, Rock could be like, you could have even called me. You could have called me. I would have teamed up with you. I would have helped you. We teamed up at WrestleMania. We were a great team. You could have called me. You could have picked anybody else, basically, but that guy. You picked him. You picked him. That's how I think they're going to play that story with Rock coming back whenever he does. But the theory that I have, that's going to lead to the Rock feud at some point, probably after Survivor Series. But I definitely see Hikuleo making his debut on the main roster to help Jacob and Solo win. As far as who takes the pin, y'all got me there. I have no idea what that. I know it's very hard to see Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes getting pinned by Solo Sikoa or Jacob Fatu, but honestly, I think the Bloodline needs to win to escalate that feud further for War Games, for them to go out to get the other recruits they need to fight in War Games too. So that's just my thought process after seeing all this. Like, I don't know how I really feel about this yet, but if it goes the way that I'm thinking, honestly, I'm not mad at it. So I 100% understand that some people may not like this. I'm still kind of iffy about it myself. I don't really know how I feel much about it. And Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes are my two favorite superstars in WWE right now. But what I really don't understand is why some people are trying to discredit this or make it seem like this doesn't make sense. This makes total sense. You have to remember, Cody Rhodes didn't come out there to sign that contract in the first place. He came out there because Roman Reigns said that he still runs WWE and that he is still the top guy. Cody Rhodes beat Roman at WrestleMania. He's the champion. So Cody's like, no. You were the top guy. I'm the top guy now, though. It's not you anymore. Then the Bloodline came out, and then they attacked both superstars. And I think, you have to look at it from a storyline perspective, too. Realistically, even if Cody Rhodes said that he was done with the Bloodline, who's to say the Bloodline is going to be done with Cody Rhodes? You have to remember, Solo's purpose after Roman Reigns lost at WrestleMania was he wanted to win the WWE Championship to solidify himself as the Tribal Chief and to bring the title back into the Bloodline. Cody is the champion, so as long as Cody's the champion, the Bloodline is probably still going to come after him. Because this story goes both ways. This isn't just Cody, being in the Bloodline storyline. The Bloodline has also been involved with Cody's stuff too, and his story, and pretty much everything Cody has done, pretty much the entire year. Like, their stories have aligned together, but people just want to play one side of stuff like, why can't Cody do stuff without the Bloodline? He's had stories without the Bloodline. Obviously, the biggest story he's been a part of is the Bloodline stuff, because that's the main focus that they're still telling. The Bloodline stuff and Cody stuff isn't over just because he beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Literally the next night, The Rock came out and said that he was coming after Cody once he comes back. The Rock is still a part of the Bloodline, even though he's not there yet. He's still a part of that story. And when Roman Reigns was gone, Solo was trying to step up to be that guy, to be that tribal chief. And by doing so, who does he have to beat and go after? The guy that took the title from him in the first place, who was Cody Rhodes. And the way I look at it, I think this is going to lead to a bigger climax, because I think whenever The Rock comes back, this is going to set up both matches for him versus Cody and him versus Roman. The Cody Rhodes match first because of the beef and animosity they had going into WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble, then he took away the match between Roman and Rock at WrestleMania, which we could have got after he backed out from it, changed his mind, said, you know what, no, I gotta finish my story. This is the right thing to do. It's my time now. I gotta finish the story at WrestleMania. And then the final boss emerged. Cody made Rock bleed, talked about his mom and all that stuff. The feud got really personal within that timeline leading up to WrestleMania, right? That match is going to happen first. Then you look at the Roman Reigns match. Okay, how can we build up that match? Now, it was going to be built up differently when The Rock came back. He was going to be babyface. Cody, wasn't going to be involved. And Roman Reigns was going to be the champion. And that was going to be a title match. I don't think that's going to be a title match anymore. It doesn't need to be a title match now either. The way I look at it now, I don't think it's going to be built up with like, hey, let's do this out of respect type stuff. I think Rock is not going to like that he's teaming up with Cody. He hates Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is the enemy. The Rock is about family over everything. Why are you teaming up with one of our biggest enemies to fight people within your family? Cody Rhodes is like one of our biggest ops right now. You could have picked anybody else to be your partner, and you handed the contract to Cody Rhodes for him to sign. I don't think The Rock is going to sit well with that, and I think when he comes back, that's going to be one of his major issues going after Roman Reigns. Like, you're teaming up with him? Like, dude, this feud far from over. There's other layers to the story that haven't even, come to life yet. Like, whenever Rock comes back, last time we saw him was in the Bloodline, we're getting that match against Cody, so that's going to happen. And I think we're also going to get Cody versus Roman 3 at some point. I don't know when exactly, but I think this match is bound to happen, and I want to see it. I think they need to have a third match because, Roman won the first match, Cody won the second match. Got to have a rubber match, got to have a third match. We got to find out who the better man is between the two from a storyline perspective and who the real top guy is from a storyline perspective. So this match is bound to happen at some point too. So, I mean, listen, like I said, this isn't, Cody not being able to do anything without the Bloodline storyline or vice versa. Their stories align together, which is why they keep coming back together, because there are obviously, different layers to the story that they're telling and different layers to the story that we haven't even gotten to yet. But I digress. People are going to feel how they want to feel at the end of the day. Some people are going to like it. Some people are not going to like it. I'm all about storytelling, and I like to give things a chance. And everything with the Bloodline storyline, I've really loved, when it has gotten really, really good. It's cinema to the max. And with this stuff they're doing, I like it. I like to see how things play out, and I understand what directions they're trying to go in or what the concept of the story is. It's not like it doesn't make sense. I get it. Cody came out because Roman said he was the top guy. Cody believes he's the top guy. Can't let him say that and get away with that. No. You're not top guy anymore. I'm top guy. Bloodline comes out, beats him up, attacks him. Okay, I guess we got to deal with this again because as long as I'm champion, the Bloodline's not going to go away. I'll team up with you. Roman Reigns, hand him the contract, even though he really didn't want to hand him the contract, but he's like, I kind of need you for this. All right, fine. Be my tag team partner. That's how the story's been told, and it's not out of the ordinary for two people to have beef and animosity and all of a sudden become tag team partners. It's happened a lot of times throughout WWE's history.